30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes.
Is there anybody out there that wants to roll? And is there anybody out there that wants to boogie? Tonight, live from the Apollo, Glasgow.
Well, if you're looking for trouble, I'm the man to see. If you're looking for satisfaction, it's satisfaction guaranteed. I'm as cool as a body on ice, hotter than the rolling dice. Send you to heaven, or take you to hell.
Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with Scott and Andy.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott MacArthur.
And me, Andy Muir.
Hey, you remembered your name. Well done, mate.
I did.
How are you?
I don't use it. Okay.
Good.
Pretty good.
Hang on, I'm.
Pretty good.
The technology's been
This fine
funny.
morning.
Same as it in Australia?
It's 6:32 a.m.
Jeez, oh mate. God, you're very keen. Anyway, so I'm in the Cotswolds, folks. And John, hi John, how you doing? Great to have Scott and Andy back live again on a Friday night. Thanks, it makes my Friday complete. Oh, thanks very much. And James, thank you very much. That's lovely. Well, tonight, Andy and I have had a chat, and we're
Tonight.
but and we're going to
Tonight.
do it slightly different, but not massively different yet. But we're starting to change things a wee bit tonight. So I hope you enjoy it. We're going to focus a bit more on a single artist tonight, not just because we think that might be a way to go going forward anyway. It might be one of the ways we go forward, but also this week's gig list is pretty shit, isn't it? There's only 2 headliners or something this week in history, Andy, isn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
This
So
week there's only.
yeah, virtually none. So just while folks are joining us, and hello, Tony, how you doing? Nice to see you again, mate. And the other person. If you now, I'm going to say this again, and I can't remember. Good evening, everyone. I hope the pitchometer is fully repaired. It is, and recalibrated. It is, after the meltdown brought on by Kid Chrome. Oh, that was bad, wasn't it, Raymond? That was bad. That's my fault. I must have picked the worst track on the whole of that recording, I reckon. So we might come back to Kid Chrome and Coconuts, but the pitchometer might be it won't be bouncing so much tonight. Because we're playing Ronnie James Dio and Status Quo. No, we're not. But just to annoy folk if they're watching.
Ronnie James Dio. Ronnie James
Ronnie.
Dio does
Um,
Status Quo.
Can you imagine that? I can't imagine that actually. I mean, he's
Sweet Caroline.
Nah, it wouldn't work, mate. It would be funny though. It would be funny. Who's the Hi Guys person? Can you tell? I can't tell who it is. Who's Hi Guys? Who's that?
That's Derek.
Derek, hello, Derek. How you doing? Derek, nice to see you back. So we're going to start with some music tonight. We don't even have a stinger for it. We're just going to play some music. Now, this is an absolute mega star who's still at it. I think he's about 130. I have no idea how he's still alive. And it's not Keith Richards. It's the other one, Alice Cooper. And so popular in the group. He's one of the most requested and one of the most commented on acts we ever have, isn't he? I mean, he's all over the place. Folk love him. So the only recording that I've got that is of sufficient quality, it's not the one I'd like to have, because Alice played. Now, Andy, this I was surprised. Did he only play the Apollo twice?
Twice.
I thought it was more than that. I don't know why. But anyway, at the moment, as far as I know, all according to our very good and robust database, he only ever played the Apollo twice, and that was in the 1970s, one in the 80s. So, and the only recording I've got that's of good quality, it's a shame it's not the 70s one, because everybody raves on about the Special Forces tour. But we'll have the 82 one instead. So I'm sorry,
That
but
was a Special Force,
sorry.
isn't it?
Oh, I'm not an Alice Cooper aficionado, my friend. So that's another warning. We get things.
Special Forces was the 82.
82. So Special Forces we're going to be talking about, but we're going to talk about all these gigs. But what we'll do first of all, though, we'll just play while folk are joining us, and getting snuggled into their armchairs and getting their libation of choice ready. I don't have my libation of choice. I've got bloody fizzy water here. Come on, what am I doing? I need to go and get a glass of wine. We're going to play some Alice Cooper, so I hope you enjoy this. I think this is brilliant. And if you're at Alice Cooper or you like Alice Cooper, let us know what you think.
You don't like Alice Cooper?
Let us know what you think, because I know they will. We don't even need to say that, Andy. I mean, come on.
Oh, that's true.
The pishometers will be flying. Here he comes. Hopefully. Oh, I turned the sound off, didn't I? Just have to play the next track. Classic. Well, that was good, wasn't it? Bloody hell.
That was good.
Very good. I the beginning of the 18 there, the guitar playing was amazing. Tell me who that was. Alice Cooper fans. Who was that playing guitar? That was unbelievable. In the background there, just before the start of the 18, it was magic. This gig, Andy, I think this has been released as an album, hasn't it?
Yes.
What was it called again? I've forgotten. It's gone right out of my head. Hang on, I'll need to find it.
Special Forces.
The Special
Live
Forces.
Glasgow Apollo.
Yeah.
Probably.
You're really clever.
Just stating the bloody obvious, man.
You're right. Actually, it's called Alice Cooper live at the Apollo Theatre, Glasgow, 19th of February, 1982. There you go.
Yeah. It's a special for record stores.
I remember something about that as well. But it's I can't really. I mean, I think he was a bit carried away with the echo there. Not quite sure what he was doing.
Just the way the song.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's just the way the song was going.
Aye. But it's still brilliant. Let me just show everybody this cover because now this I actually saw this for sale and I wish I'd bought it because I think it's quite rare now, isn't it already? This one.
Yeah.
So quite it's so I don't. This is the rescued recording I'm playing here in the background. This isn't the record or the CD or whatever. It's the actual rescued recording. And if you don't know who rescued recordings are, the rescued recording guys are the guys who collect the albums and the recordings from the Apollo over the last few years. Absolutely fantastic. And there's one.
And if you want to join,
yeah,
you have to go onto our group. Or maybe not our group, but you go onto Facebook and look up a guy called Jack McCafferty. It might be safer to go into our group.
Aye, probably.
And find him in there, and then just ask him for a friend request, and then he'll do that, and then he'll join you.
He's a lovely guy. I think my little caption there is out of date now, isn't it? Because I think Stephen and maybe even Phil have moved on. I think it's a guy called Ghost and somebody else now that are helping Jack.
Yeah.
But anyway, that Jack McCafferty is the main man, and he's a lovely fella.
Here's Derek saying Nitz Zinger and Pinera on guitar there.
Well, amazing playing.
Slashing.
Absolutely brilliant. And
I remember being Tony Robbins says, I vaguely remember being 18 and now I'm 18 still.
But are you 7 feet 4, mate? Are you 7 feet?
7 feet 4, you'll be fine.
You're fine. Your was it your body mass index is way below 30. You're fine. You're all right. You're fine. It's Anyway, that is utterly brilliant, that recording. And on the website, www.glasgowapollo.com, if you're not a visitor, and I'm sure you are actually if you're here, but we actually asked folk, and I'm going to pause that because I want to play the next track. Hang on, let me just pause it. Pause that. On the website, why is it playing? This really annoys me when it does that.
Not playing here.
Right, it's stopped now. It started again. Really annoying.
Not for us. It's good.
Just in my head, I can hear it. I'm probably going mad. Anyway, so on the website, if you go into who played when, you get a list of the bands when they played. If you click on the name, it takes you to their set list that you see often. These things we show every week these days. It takes you to one of these.
Yeah.
And you look here, it says read comments about Alice Cooper. Click on there and you get loads and loads of comments. And in this gig that I'm playing in the background tonight, I've got a few of the comments that were given by you guys. And some of them, Andy, are 15 to 17 years old, some of these comments.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable. But there's also, links to folk talking, meeting each other. They had lost contact, and it's good. We did a sort of Apollo Friends Reunited type vibe, which is quite nice. So while I'm wittering, one of my favourite Alice Cooper songs is on the background here. I'm going to put it on. This is "Only Women Bleed," which is a brilliant song. Can you hear that, Andy? No, right. Right, I'll try again. Right, this is because
I hear it now.
Right, there we go. Hope you enjoy that great song. I love it. Julie Covington doing this. Hello, Liam.
I smoke, I drink, I don't come home at all. Ooh, no. Only women bleed. Only women
Somebody's on something here.
Only women bleed. Only women bleed. Yeah, only women
I don't know how that came across to you guys. It was jumping a bit at my end. Was it jumping for you, Andy? No, was it playing okay? It must just be the at my end that I'm just hearing. I'm hearing feedback, which is very odd. But I shall re-cue it just to make sure that it doesn't do that again, because at my end I was getting the same song 3 times in my ears there. It was slightly odd. But yeah, that song, Only Women Bleed, became quite contentious, didn't it? And which is bizarre. And then I remember, what was it? Was it called Rock Follies? Was that the name of that show with Julie Covington?
Well, what was in it?
Yeah, well, the girl Julie Covington was in it. Was that the name of the show? And then she had a big hit with it. And I remember her getting abuse for singing about women having their period. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was like, listen to the lyrics, you numpties. But I think it's a lovely song, and he doesn't do that many ballady songs, so I quite enjoyed that. Quite enjoyed it. But, let me see if I can get it playing in the background again, because I'd like to. Right, can you hear that, Andy? Keep me right. Yeah. It was indeed Rula Lenska. That's right, Alan. She was in it. Who was the third? There was Rula Lenska, Julie Covington. Who was the other one? Yeah, it was a big show. I remember tuning into it. Mum and Dad liked it, so it was one of these shows that, like, you remember when everybody used to sit down and watch the telly at the same time? Remember those days?
Yeah.
And that was one of the shows that we used to watch. So it was quite cool. So before we listen to a bit more Alice from this gig, Andy, could we do a bit of who was on this week? Look at this, folks. This is going to be our. I mean, wait, you waiting for this? This is exciting. Boom. That's it. Who would you like to?
Okay, I'll tell you for the hard of seeing. Hawkwind headliner. Am I going to go through it?
You don't need to.
Yeah,
you can. There's only a handful of them, isn't there?
Right. Okay. Hawkwind, Sunday, August 10th, 1975, 48 years ago. Eric Clapton, 2 nights, Monday the 9th and 10th of August, 1976.
That's when Eric Clapton was good, before he became a bit of a numpty. Drunk.
Oh, I don't think he was on his firing on all cylinders there.
Was that the bad night? Was that one of the famous bad nights?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
Right, okay. It's,
well, I listened to it, but
oh,
it just sounds a bit slow.
Aye.
And there's a bit at the start. It's pretty funny.
Charlotte Cornwall was the third one. There you go. Thank you, Alan. See? And Derek. Thank you, Derek. Boots is on, right? Boots, we're having live Dio, followed by Status Quo. And we're going to end up with the whole of the 2112 suite from Rush, live in Edinburgh. A bit of a numpty is an understatement. Yeah. Yes. He continually does it, doesn't he? He's one of these guys that just, he says something and you think, don't say that again, Eric. Shut up. Then about 3 weeks later, he says it again. And it's like, he actually means this. And it's like, how can he be such a numpty? But yeah, he's kind of, not only has his guitar playing went downhill, I think his reputation's gone in the same direction. So he's very high on the pishometer, 10 out of 10. Can't get any worse. But so yeah, so of those gigs, what one did you like? I mean, I guess there's not any choice really, is there? Hawkwind for me. I wouldn't have wanted to see Eric Clapton.
Well, I also listened to a bit of the Hawkwind gig.
Is that the one there's the video of, or is that, that really bad video where he says hello, man?
No, no, yeah. No, he says hello, Edinburgh.
He does. He says hello, Edinburgh, because it's recorded at the Edinburgh Playhouse.
Or you might not know where he was in the space-time continuum.
No, well, that makes sense. But, I am.
I would have probably went to. Both of them probably, just to see what was what. Yeah.
Well, you were, 9 and I was 10, so I'm not sure how we got away with that. But,
what was it?
Sorry, I'm older than you really are. Who was Mr. Pugh? That's a really good question, that, Liam. We think it was a puppet show of some sort, wasn't it? And we found pictures of it before. It was a puppet show. And I had no idea why they had a puppet show, but they had a puppet show.
Probably sounded like a good idea at the time.
Well, yeah, when you're on as many drugs as Clapton was on at the time, he probably thought they were world class puppeteers. But Eric's saying Clapton was pushed, and he had the worst ever support act, no contest, right? The puppet show, yeah.
On the live one, he goes, I don't know if he's trying to get into the to get in with the crowd.
Yes.
He goes, "Oh, what was the score? What was the score today?" And they're all like 3,000 people shouting like 2-1. It's either 2-1 or 2-0. It's like 2-1 or 2-0. You hear them in the background. 2-0, Eric. What? The Rangers? Yeah. All that stuff.
Partick Thistle nil.
It's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah. But no, I saw Hawkwind. I never saw them at the Apollo. I saw them at the Playhouse, and
I've never knowingly seen the Hawkwind.
No, I went with Julie Mark 1, and they were so loud you couldn't hear a thing. You know, it was a nonsense. And it was like, it was just stupid. It was 82, maybe. No, it couldn't have been 85, 86, round about then. And it was just, there was this woman running around with her beaver out, and there was a guy with a sword, and it was like, I mean, you can't really, it's like, what's going on here?
Wow.
Michael Moorcock, you remember the really, I think he's quite high in the pishometer in my opinion.
The sci-fi dude.
Yeah, he's not very good. He's up there with Ron Hubbard. You know, he's a wee bit. It's kind of, you need to be smashed to enjoy it, I think. And a couple of years ago at Glastonbury, there was some of the fans of Hawkwind on the stage, and they played a couple of Hawkwind songs, and they were good because it's good for that late night vibe. You know, it was good, but yeah, it was a bit weird. Here's Liam saying Alice Cooper stopped drinking in the early 80s. The booze almost killed him. He is a survivor. Yes. Oh, Guernsey's in. Hello, Guernsey. Guernsey calling Sydney and the Cotswolds. Hello.
One of them said on the I think it was on Facebook. We could talk about it, I guess.
Yeah.
It was like he said, I know he'd, what was it? Maybe it was Raymond said, I don't know. I know he'd put down the drink, but I didn't know he'd taken up a crack pipe. So I was like,
yes.
I'm quoting there. I think I might have got it almost right. Yeah.
So I'm going to play some more Alice Cooper, folks. I'm getting into this. I quite like this, playing this music on this is a good recording as well. Here's more Alice.
You've done this one.
No, I haven't.
All right.
Sorry. You're absolutely right, Derek. Hank's getting man elves as well. I don't know what's going on.
prehistoric time. No more problems on the way. I'm through, Doctor. We don't need your kind. Other ones, ugly ones, stupid boys, wrong ones. I'm more than so how we are. We're all alone. I'm the one who wanderer. I'm the one who wanderer. I'm all alone, so how we are. We're all alone. I'm the one who wanderer. I'm the one who wanderer.
I'm not sure I like that. What did you think of that, Auntie?
I liked it. It's different.
Yeah, I thought it was
It's
pish.
good.
No,
Like-
rubbish.
Kind of like a little bit Talking Heads.
Yeah, Derek's saying Gary Newman. Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Gary
Oh yeah,
Newman
Gary
and,
Newman.
yeah.
I was thinking Psycho Killer.
Oh, right enough. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Number
Yeah.
one. But yes, I get Gary Newman.
Yeah.
Nice one, Derek.
He plays that, and then the next song is an absolute classic, and you're like, you wonder. It's a bit like, Boots is saying it's different. It's pish. For once, I agree with you, Boots. In fact, that's twice this week I've agreed with you. That's getting quite worrying. I need to go and see the doctor if I could get an appointment.
Unusual behaviour.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing about that, I always think, was that a new song? Do you think that must have been a new song? Eh? I mean,
Yeah.
the crowd still cheered, so if they'd really hated it, they would have booed. So they probably hadn't heard it before, so they just try to be nice
Yeah.
to him. But
Yeah.
nah, didn't like that. Didn't
Well,
like
that's
that.
when he went a bit new age.
I did. He went a bit weird, didn't he, for a while?
Yeah.
But then he had that big explosion again, didn't he? Later in the 80s with the sort of in the 90s with Poison and all that stuff. But who was that again?
Yeah.
The songwriter? I can't remember the name of the songwriter.
Diane Warren.
There you go. Yeah, very
Diane
good.
Warren.
It was her. Aye. I mean, she's incredible, isn't she?
Either her or Desmond Child.
Aye. Just massive hits and good lyrics as well. But I mean, not my type of music, but I get why folk liked it. So on the Facebook group, mate, what are we up to in terms of members now?
Oh, as of last night, it's 13,929.
I mean, that's just mental.
Yeah.
So hopefully next week we'll be at 14,000, which would be utterly incredible. Thank you everybody for joining. And I see there's a few new faces in tonight as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. Really do appreciate you coming in. Liam's saying he saw Alice Cooper when he headlined at Bloodstock Open Air. He was an amazing live. Yeah, he is. He's terrific. I mean, he's just absolutely fantastic live. And yeah, Desmond Child wrote some Alice's songs. Yeah, that's what I thought. There seems to be a small group of writers, doesn't there? And the more you look into it, the more you see the same names popping up and all different types of music. But they've got hit, another hit. They just know the formula. But on that, have you heard there was some stuff on this week, Andy? Did you see all these new AI songs that are coming out now? Have you heard them?
I heard James Hetfield singing Black Sabbath song.
All right, I haven't heard that. What was that like?
War Pigs, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Instead of when Ozzy goes, oh yeah, it went yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Within the next 6 months, the charts will be maybe a year. They'll be starting to creep into the charts.
Don't know.
I think so.
Don't care.
I'm not interested. I don't really give a shit. I'm interested. Well, I'm interested professionally, but I'm not interested musically. But it might be quite interesting to see what comes up, I guess.
Well, I saw a little bit of podcast. Video thing. Rick Beato.
Yeah.
Interviewing Bjorn Bjorn from ABBA.
Oh
And he
yes.
was-
Oh, I've not
the
seen
guy-
that.
The guy from ABBA was saying, yeah, sure, they can write kind of like
Yes.
ABBA, but who's going to get paid?
Wow. So,
Because you've taken my brain
yes.
and tried to make a model of it, and then, or songwriting brain, and then do a song like Queen, or like ABBA.
Like
But
ABBA.
you're not gonna. It's not gonna be them.
He's just worried about his rights and his royalties. Somebody will get paid. Somebody will get paid.
Yeah.
It just might not be
Yeah,
the original
it has to.
artists.
Well, it should be. That's what he was
Well,
saying.
I see where he's coming. I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, I get it, but trying to be level-headed.
That he doesn't get paid. That people don't. He wasn't going crazy. He just said,
No, I know,
I
but
don't know who's going to get paid, and they should sort it out.
they will
Quick.
sort it out, but I don't.
Smart.
Can you copyright your voice?
You can.
Can you?
Yes.
You can. If you can do that, would that not mean you couldn't have cover acts?
It probably. Well, what will happen is now you in the future you'll be able to get a filter that you can put on a mic.
Yes.
And it'll just they can do it already. They model it on a voice,
Right.
and then they process it live, and it comes out like
The
whoever. I've seen a guy doing it with Bon Scott.
have you? Raymond's just saying, I wonder if
As
AI
Derek's
could.
was saying
Yeah.
Raymond. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if AI could do Back in Black with Bonds, yep, the answer's yes. They can do it already. And in fact, it's not. I think there's some of them.
They already did.
Some of them do it
Yeah.
for free. I mean, you don't even need to pay for it. I mean, it's this is an interim situation, right enough. But the other thing that's weird. I mean, Mark Kermode, you know, the movie critic, who used to do the Radio 5 live show, and he's gone independent. Well, last week I listened to the show that they're on themselves now, and they started the show, and it was the first 3 minutes maybe was all AI. There wasn't any of them live, and they were just doing it as an experiment, and I couldn't tell a fuck. You know, I wasn't expecting it, so I didn't think it was AI. But
was it just voices?
just voices, yeah, just them having a conversation. But then
Okay.
when Mark Kermode said, "I think the worst film ever made is The Exorcist," I thought, there's something going on here because it's his favorite film, you know. So they made it obvious that there was something going on. But yeah,
Right.
there's a revolution coming. I'm telling you, it's gonna be massive. But nobody knows where it's going to go. But it's going to be interesting. Now that was in the news a lot this week. What about on the Facebooks? Was there anything that picked you, that caught your eye this week in particular?
No.
There was that lady who.
Whatever you say, it'll spark.
Yeah, the lady who found her husband's 100 tickets. You know, taking on the
That was
professor
very
about how many gigs he'd been to. You know, obviously he lost, but was still at 100 gigs, and he had them all laid out in order, and it was brilliant because John Henry, who I don't think tunes into the live show, but John Henry's a great pedant, and he was zooming in on all the tickets and making sure they were in the right order and commenting on the ones that we didn't have on the website and stuff. So I thought that was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then there was quite a lot of jam action. People that really liked the jam, and we need to play the jam again because I didn't like the jam when I was a kid, but I actually quite like the jam now. And Boots was you got some pussy. Who's that?
There's a little cat here. Bang.
Alan Turner saying, "Just watch Terminator to know where it goes." Well, you never know, mate. Yeah, you never know. But that was it.
It's already been uploaded.
It's a happening. It's a happening. And then there's a really cool picture that Boots put up, but it's not from the Apollo, but it's a picture of Mott the Hoople. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's amazing he's still going and making albums and making a good album. Actually,
I did listen to his album last week.
That's good, isn't it?
Quite good.
It's a good album.
Yeah, it's very good actually. It's good.
But
what's the song he's like?
And then John
John
McCalman posted something which, John, we're on the same page, mate. I'll just read it. He says, "I was at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe last week, at the Laughing Horse, at the Hanover Tap, good bar. The curious thing about this venue was admission was free, but at the end of the show, you only paid what you thought the show was worth. That's quite common in the the festival, John, that I've been at, certainly. It got me thinking, what about Apollo shows?
Oh.
If this was to apply to an Apollo show, how much would you be prepared to pay to see your favourite act at the Apollo? Oof. For simplicity, use today's prices rather than the price that you would pay back in the 70s. So how much would it be worth? So I thought it was a great question. And it, of course, got a bit of an argument going about how ticket prices are so expensive and all the rest of it, and folk don't think about how the industry's changed. But anyway, Ian Cuthbert, I thought was quite good because Metallica and Anthrax almost played the Apollo, but they almost played Clouds, didn't they? But they never quite did it. But you know, Ian's saying the Metallica Anthrax show at the Edinburgh Playhouse back in September '86 was £4.50 a ticket. My God.
Wow.
Even in those days, it was an excellent value for two bands, arguably at their peak. They were, mate. That was when they were at so much energy. The bouncers lost control, and the crowd went berserk. An unforgettable experience. Can you imagine seeing Metallica at the Apollo? My God, that would be brilliant. Can we see Andy's pussy? Oh dear. No, it's making a noise though. It's a growler.
It's just right. It's right here.
What's its name?
Right in front of it. Oh, there it's gone. Fang.
Frank.
Fang.
Fang.
Phang.
Fang.
Fang.
A cat called Fang. Is that not an Alsatian's name?
I don't know, but by name, by nature.
Right.
It's not by. Hope it's not by nature.
Let's have some more Alice. I mean, this is we're getting a classic now. Now, I hope this works.
You say classic.
Well, yeah, it is.
If there's a tear on my face, makes me shiver to the bone, shakes me, babe. But it's just a heartache that got caught in my eye. 'Cause you know, Alice never cries. No, I never cry. Now sometimes I drink more than I need, until my TV is dead and gone. I may be lonely, but I'm never alone. And this night, gonna pass it by low. But I never cry. And you can take away, yeah, you can poke out both my eyes, because sometimes I'd rather be blind. And you can break a heart, or you can break a heart of stone, and you can open me up, but don't you leave me alone, 'cause that's all I got to give to you. Believe me, babe, it ain't been used. My heart's a virgin, it ain't never been tried. But you know, oh, I never cry. Yeah, you know, no, not me, I don't cry. Yeah, you know, yes, you know, yes, you know, I never cry, no, I never cry.
You hear that chanting? One of the radio presenters said, or rather one of the articles that was in the media said that they thought they were shouting violence. 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 That wasn't the song I thought it was. I got that. It jumped.
No.
It jumped ahead. It's meant to be under my wheels, but the system is not very friendly tonight. I'm not doing very well here. Sorry. So I'll get better next week. But still a good song though. It's not a classic. I agree. It's not a classic. A good song though. Good song.
Yeah.
But
Well, 3 out of 4 is not bad.
hang on, let's just pause it for a minute. But so I just wanted to say as well about the get together, Andy.
Oh,
I've-
yes.
I spent a whole day on this last week, and I'm going up. I'm
Right.
coming up. I'm going up to Glasgow week beginning the 21st, 20th,
You're
19th,
gonna
21st.
knock
And
some
I'm gonna-
heads together.
I'm just going to bang their heads together because I can't be doing with this. I mean, even the Cat House, who's got a nice guy who knows us and is keen for us to have something there. Even he's not getting back to me now. I mean, I don't know if they're all just so busy because it's the summer. I don't know,
Maybe.
but but I think the two favourites for me are McSorley's and the Cat House. I think, both of which have said they would like to do it. It's just a case of getting a date now, and it's getting so late in the year. I am going to try, folks, to have it a bowling club. Yeah, I don't want to have it a bowling club. I am going to try and have it
An egg mayonnaise sandwich, thanks.
in October. Yeah. And see if we can, early October, to see if we can get it to happen then. So I must apologise. It's just prone to become really frigging difficult, much more difficult than it should have been. So, any new T-shirts on the way?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna, but I didn't. Sorry. Stuff happens. Things
No
don't
new
get done.
T-shirts. Oh dear.
No new t-shirts.
Oh, no.
It's in the works. There's always something in the works.
Aye. But
Yeah.
I noticed I was on the web a couple of nights ago and I found a guy who'd done the same thing again and nicked the idea and had. I mean, it's just bananas. Very funny, bastard.
Well, send me the link and I'll get them to stop.
Well, I'll see if I can find it again. I get to the point now that I just look at it and I go, no, I cannot be bothered with this. Cannot be bothered with this. So back to Alice. I'm going to show this picture here.
All right.
This is the 72 gig that everybody raves about.
Oh, yeah.
And look at that support act. The phosphorescent Leech and Eddie. What were they all about?
Is that how you spell that? Phosphorescent.
I don't know. I don't know who inputs all the names into the database.
I don't know. Just shoddy
But
work.
I know it's not me. But people love that gig. People are always talking about this show, and I do think. Have you heard? There must have been more than
No.
that. Yeah, that's
10
just
songs.
somebody's input.
I probably
way-
got that from a
bootleg?
bootleg.
Aye.
Yeah.
And McSorley's for me something. I agree. I think McSorley's is my favourite as well, actually. Flo and Eddie. Is that really what they were called?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't know them at all.
Well, later on.
Right.
They
What
were
sort of
called this
music?
at the start.
What sort of music is Flo and Eddie?
Oh, I listened to it before.
Right.
It was
Is it
all
bad?
right.
Is it?
No,
Okay.
it was all right.
Right.
It was all right.
But so that was Alice's first gig, and then there's a couple of things I was going to just show. I've shown this one already, and there's this. I thought this was quite funny. This was in the Melody Maker. Alice Cooper brings his violent rock to Glasgow, a city where violence is no stranger. Can you imagine the shit that would cause these days?
Probably, yeah. Probably didn't. He probably thought he was making a great point there.
Aye.
Or she. I don't know who wrote it.
I don't know who wrote it. But
Yeah.
Flo and
Oh,
Eddie
okay.
were the Turtles in the 60s, Zappa in the 70s, and Solo. All right, okay. Gosh.
Okay.
Very good.
Thanks, Dave.
And then there's two other ones I've got here. This one here is quite good. This is funny. I thought there's certain people
Thanks,
would
Pete.
really enjoy this. The venue had the highest stage I ever played on, 25 feet up from the floor. It was a long way down. We were from Detroit, so we related to Glasgow. It was nothing to us to see 2 or 3 fights break out in the audience or see fans drinking heavily. You never saw fans drinking heavily in the Apollo. We felt more at home.
Saying that. He's not saying that.
Is he not? Is it saying it
He's
outside?
saying that. No, he's saying that when he's doing gigs in Detroit.
Oh, in Detroit,
They're
not
u-
on,
they're
not in the
used
venue. Ah,
they're used to their
Yeah.
Jesus man. He's used to seeing fights.
yes.
So that's what he's saying.
We felt more at
Come.
home in Glasgow than any other place. The look, the feel, everything about it we liked. And he said that in
Yeah.
2010. The final when Andy said he did remember, I hadn't heard this. I don't. Well, if I had heard, I'd forgotten it. This is brilliant, folks. Look at this. This is Shep Gordon. I'm assuming he's one of the band members. About
He's a
50.
producer.
Is he?
He
Right.
was. He is a producer. He
Is
was
he?
a
Right.
producer.
Okay. There you go. About 15 minutes before Alice went on, I heard the speakers breaking up. It's a bit like her show tonight. I ran to the monitor board to see what was wrong with the sound, and the guy tells me that nothing is wrong with the sound. I said, "Don't you hear that breaking sound?" I suppose he means fucking sound. I ran back to the stage and looked straight up. Fans had arrived with a hydraulic drill. They were drilling through the roof to get into the highest balcony in the theatre to see the show.
Aye. I don't know if that's. I mean, that'd be pretty difficult to do. I mean,
It
you got to
would.
get a compressor up there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jesus Christ. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
I
you
think
know,
that-
it's just about believable in the Apollo. You know, just about,
yeah.
because I guess if you got the lift up to Satellite City and then went out the escape door, you know, the fire door, that's you on the roof. So you could do it. It's theoretically possible, but it's a bit dramatic
Hey,
drilling a.
we need to get a compressor up there. What's he talking about?
Yeah, I think that's one of the best ones I've ever heard. I think that's
It's
magic.
not exactly subtle, is it?
No, not at all. But
No.
I thought that was a brilliant memory. That picture, incidentally, is not from the Apollo. That's from the Barrowlands. Obviously, when he started going down a wee bit, because as Derek said earlier, his early 80s albums weren't great, and he didn't do so well for a while, and then he suddenly had a comeback. But Derek saying during the Cooper show, someone opened one of the exit doors at Renfrew Street exit. Really?
Yeah,
No, these folk running in. Can you imagine the battles? Was there battles, Derek? I bet there was. Maybe these. I've actually noticed on the subject of bouncers, there's quite a lot of ex-bouncers and bouncers apologists on the Facebook group now. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
There's a sort of rebalancing of the reputation of the bouncers.
I was reading about the bouncers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was going to say. I read the story last week and I went, "Oh, that's a shame. Poor lassie." This girl. All right, this is a lady. This was in 2005, so a relatively new comment. 2005. She said, "I was disgusted by the bout." This is by Angela Markey, on the Apollo website. "I was disgusted by the bouncers at Queen concert. I'm sure it was the 30th of May. On my birthday it was. I was to meet Freddie Mercury and present them with a plaque, as I wrote to the manager of the Apollo and got a reply back to take it to someone on the night. I went from bouncer to bouncer with the letter from the manager only to be laughed at and sent from one bouncer to the other. The name of the head bouncer was on the letter. I remember going home that night, crying to be told, 'Oh, sorry, you were too late,' but I was at the concert early." Poor thing. So she and then I think she had to do it. She got a letter back saying, "Oh, sorry about that," and then they asked her again to do it.
Yeah.
And they did it again.
Did they?
They did it again. Oh man, I think they did it again.
Probably communication wasn't one of the things that were special at.
Yeah. Well, they've probably just been, "Aye, right, beat it," kind of thing.
There was another question, Andy, that I remember reading. There's a guy called Robert Fox Niblo or Niblo or Niblo, Niblo. I don't know what the hell. It's an unusual name.
Right.
And he asked this question. I don't know if you remember this. Did anyone else see the Apollo poster on Rab C. Nesbitt's Christmas show last night? This was supposed to be obviously a rerun. I was too slow to get a picture of it, and he said no responses. Right, come on, this is a job for James. James, get your recorder out, mate. Rab C. Nesbitt Christmas show, Apollo poster. Which one was it?
Oh, well, was that on the website or the Facebook?
It's on Facebook's.
All right.
And Amanda Gordon saying she missed the puppets, but I did see, sadly, Mr. Spratt's 20th Century Motels support the Stranglers in '82. I think another bonkers support act.
Yes,
And
Derek says if they opened the doors at the 1982 show, I'd have run out. I'd run out. Sorry.
I'd have been out of there. Yeah.
Nobody's
Quite
holding you
right,
back, mate. You
Aye.
should have got yourself of your own
Yeah.
volition.
Scott Derrick saying, what about 26 Hope Street? What's popping in there for the get together? What's that? What's that 26 Hope Street, Derek? Am I being stupid? I think I'm being stupid. Am I? Something obvious here. I don't know. I'm coming up Monday the 21st. I'm going to be in Glasgow that day. So I will be easily led. If anyone's got an idea or knows anybody, it's a bar, right? I'm happy to have a look.
Karaoke venue.
Is it? Oh God, can you imagine that? We'll need to beam your voice in, mate. Andy Muir does Eric Clapton.
In the evening.
Right, so we're going to have the last few bits from Alice before we finish things off and talk about what we're going to be doing next week.
That's TV.
Here's some more Alice.
Wake up! Mr. Littinger, I said no blues! I mean no blues! This is Scotland! I mean no blues! No blues! No, no! Play, 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 play! Guitar, head of our punishment department and internal security. Hey, not now, later. You'll be meeting him later, Mr. Nitzinger. Unclassified. Today's subject is attitude. Eric Scott. You. Attitude. Attitude. Be cool, it's hot. It's hot. It's cool.
Starting to regret this.
Snap.
Boots, you're enjoying the noodles. You're enjoying it. I know you are.
Play. Play.
Just doing my head in there. See, if I had more time, I'd listen to these things. Well, I know. Boots is saying, I love EC, but this is shit. Well, they take the good but the bad, Boots. It's going to change in a minute, I suspect. John, thank you for the feedback. That's very much appreciated. Let me just see if I can find out what's going on here. Hang on. Jink, is this house sober? Oh, that's getting better.
The late Eric Scott.
That was longer than the last Ramones album.
From Cuba. No passport. Deadly hat trick. Genuine.
Right, stepping in, Andy.
Never knows when it's gonna
What was he doing? I'd have been at the bar. If there'd been a
Well,
bar,
I
I'd have
know-
been at the bar.
I don't know, it's like almost a guarantee that if you choose the song, it's not the best.
Thanks very much.
Just run it by me first, mate. You know.
Do you know, I spent about an hour and a half fucking queuing this up tonight, and I thought, well, I'll go for the last 10 minutes because it's bound to be, you know, the encore or, you know, School's Out even, but possibly not.
It is.
Well, it was on the set
School's Out.
list, but
Yeah.
Raymond's saying now I remember why I thought the 82 show was pish. Yeah, I mean that's real noodling, isn't it? It's really bad. Never mind. Anyway, so tonight after the show, we're going to be doing the usual Zoom get together. www.glasgowapollo.com/Zoom, where we'll be talking about how pish this gig has been. But believe me, there are worse gigs. Maybe we should have the Sky gig on one night. That would everybody would just hang up. I mean, they wouldn't even last this long. I mean, they've been watching for over an hour now.
Just put some Todd Rundgren on.
Aye, well, actually,
I like
I
it.
quite like
I
that. It is a bit.
But it's not for everyone.
No, it's a bit noodly. But anyway, but Alice Cooper played in Glasgow just last week, didn't he? He was with that, you know, that made up group that he does. You know the.
Oh, all groups are made up.
I know, but that really made up group. You know the one with Brad, the guitarist, Pitt, and the guy
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's the one. Pishometer. Yeah, James, I think that's not a bad mark. 7. Yeah, it's pretty pish. But I thought it started well though, so I'd maybe go down to 6. But Tony's saying, I remember seeing Alice Cooper at the Playhouse, and he launched large balloons which burst, covering the audience with fake blood.
Wow.
Whoa! After the show, we walked into a bar. Yeah, the Hollywood Vampires. I've tried twice to listen to the Hollywood Vampires, and they burst the 10. They just burst the mercury and the pishometer. That's a mixture of metaphors that doesn't work, but it's load of crap.
He's Derek. Derek's got an update from Rabs.
There we go. 21 minutes into Rab's Xmas special. Beatstalkers poster from the. What's the Beatstalkers? Oh, I need to tell me what this
They're a
is.
band.
Huh?
They're a band.
Are they? That played the Apollo.
I think one of the managers was in the Beatstalkers.
Really? Right, I am now looking. Right, so it's not. Was it the Beat Stalkers or the Beat Stalkers? Let me see.
I'd say just put Beat Stalkers Scotland, Glasgow
Well, I did in
in your search engine
in the Googles.
somewhere.
Let's have a look. I do like it when these things happen. I mean, you'd think I'd know the names of all these bands by now. Nope, can't find them. Not on the website anyway.
Beat Stalkers. Beat Stalkers are a Glasgow beat group formed in the 1960s. I just typed in Beat
No, but I was looking on our website, www.glasgowapollo.com, that one. The Scottish Beatles, they got called.
Yes.
Right, and they played at the Apollo, did they?
Well, there's a poster.
It's a poster.
That says they did.
Yeah. But there you go. There you go. Maybe it was a full
They might have played upstairs, mate.
Ah, right, yeah, that makes sense. Glasgow Beatles. Never heard of them. I know there was an Australian Beatles, but I didn't know there was a Glasgow Beatles.
Are you talking about Easy Beats?
Yeah.
All right.
That's the thing with Young, isn't it? That's the Angus and Malcolm's.
Dan Young.
Is their brother or their cousin or something, their uncle or something.
It's a brother.
Yeah. So, anyway, well, I apologise that I don't apologise, just the way it goes. Some of the Alice Cooper stuff was not the best Alice Cooper, but it started well. Didn't end well, but it started
well. Except in the middle.
It started well.
Tailed off badly.
It was a journey. So we will be back next week. And as yet, not quite sure what the structure is going to be, but it's probably going to be different again. But I can imagine just thinking through this. I mean, Alice Cooper, you can get away with. There'll be a lot of bands that folk will just not want to listen to too much, or talk about very much. So next week we're having Sky. No, we'll need to have a think about it, because I think it's quite good getting into a bit of. James has said there's also a Canadian Beatles. That's not surprising. Sugarman died this week. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's a wee shame.
And what's his name? Tony Bennett. He played.
He died as well, didn't he? Bless him.
And I've forgotten his name. The guy from the.
Band. Brian, Brian, him. He died.
Robbie Robson.
That's the one. And the Sugarman thing, I actually went to see him. And he was great. I mean, it was very low key, but it was packed. And I remember
he's very big.
He's big in Australia, isn't he? He's famous in Australia. Yeah.
South Africa and
he had no idea, did he? He had no idea he was actually famous.
Yeah, that's in the documentary.
Yeah. Well, the documentary was really interesting, because I don't know if it was you that recommended it, but somebody recommended it to me, and I watched it without any knowledge at all. Yeah. And I won't say you can probably work it out if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, Searching for Sugarman, absolutely brilliant documentary. I loved it, and the shock I got, the revelation, the bit with the revelation, unbelievable. And here's Boots shouting for Bebop Deluxe. We've got a recording of Bebop Deluxe, actually. They're a bit wishy-washy for me, but yeah, we'll play them. Of course we will. Have we not played them before?
I think the Bebop Deluxe fans should know.
Yeah. I think we have. But we'll have a look. We'll certainly talked about them before. I remember talking about them, and I remember listening to it. But it wasn't really my type of music, but that's not why we're here. So maybe we could have a show with Bebop Deluxe and Dio mixed together. Dio singing Bebop Deluxe songs. Anyway, so if you want to join us afterwards, www.glasgowapollo.com/Zoom. We'll be on in about 10 minutes just for a chat and a drink, and we can talk nonsense for another couple of hours. It'll be nice to catch up with folk. Haven't seen you for a few weeks. My fault we've not been on. I've been working on a Friday night. I've been speaking at one of the museums in Oxford for the last 3 or 4 Friday nights. So but that's done now. So things should settle down a wee bit more, and we should be on a bit more regularly. As we said last 2 or 3 weeks ago, we will change the format. We're only going to be on every fortnight, but we are going to have a gig on every other fortnight, every other week, so that you have something on a Friday night. And I've spoken to Jack about it, and he's...
Oh, forever.
Sorry?
And forever,
yeah. But I've spoken to Jack about it. He's happy about it. And we're going to put them onto YouTube as well. So we build up a a data bank of all the gigs on YouTube, as well as being, available from Rescued Recordings. We're not going to do it. Yeah, I just think it'd be easier for some folk. That people like it in different channels, don't they? Like it in different formats. So that'll be on YouTube.
I do.
So thanks for tuning in. This you've been listening and watching and putting up with GlasgowApollo.com's live show. Thank you very much. My name is
Thank you.
and I'm in the Cotswolds somewhere.
And my name is Andy Muir, and I've just remembered, I'm on Gadigal land.
What? Oh, are you? Oh,
Yeah.
that's quite the in thing at the moment. Were they a big group or a small group or are they still going?
It was a pretty good area. Yeah, big area.
Was it? Right.
Lovely.
I like that. They're doing that in America now as well.
Didn't I?
Yeah, it's good, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Imagine if they started in Scotland.
That'd just be the same.
I'm on
wouldn't it?
McDonald's land. I'm a
okay,
fucking
I see.
Campbell. You can just imagine it, can't you?
Yeah.
There'll be battles. They haven't really stopped it in
Yeah.
Scotland, really, have they? But
Nah.
yeah.
Well, violence is in our blood, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
If you go
According to Alice Cooper. Good,
Cooper.
yeah, I like that. It's good,
Cooper fans.
good, very good, mate. I like that. I watched Men in Kilts.
Oh, you told me that, yeah.
Fucking hell, what a pile of pish. I mean, honestly, you know how Outlander's really bad, right? Now, obviously, the books are good, but they
Never watched it.
don't, because it honest to God, your intestines will be coming out of your mouth to strangle you, because
Right.
it is utter trash. But the books are all right, and I remember my ex, she liked them and read them all. And anyway, this guy, Sam Huchen or something, he's got a funny second name. He's for Galloway, and he and his mate from
Hold on, mate.
Outlander do this show on one of these Mickey Mouse channels on the box called Men in Kilts. God, yeah, I just mentioned it because it was like, oh God. Anyway, sorry.
I think the lady does protect you.
No. If you
Oh,
you watched it, you'd understand.
I'm not going to watch it. Thanks for taking the hit on it then.
I took the hit, took one for the family, and I would, yeah. So hopefully see some of you on the Zooms, and thank you very much for putting up with us tonight. I'm sorry if some of the tech didn't work. Well, I'm not really that sorry, but I'll try to be better next week. Good night. See ya.
See ya.